The U.S. death toll from the coronavirus climbed to a dozen today, with all but one of those victims being in Washington state, and the number of infections swelling to over 200, scattered across 18 states.
And there are a lot of questions surrounding the coronavirus. Joining us now is our chief medical editor, Dr. Hebert. Doctor, how are you?
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
A lot of
Busy
questions,
day.
man. A lot of questions.
I told you I was going to be back very frequently.
That's right. That's right. But our viewers are very curious, your fans, about what to do and what's going on here. So you want to answer some of their questions?
We're having a little.
Are you
having
there?
a little bit of a technical error here, guys.
Corey, can you hear us?
Now we got
Okay.
you. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now. So what I'm going to do now is we've gotten so many viewer questions. So I'm going to answer them one by one, and then I'll know when you tell me to stop, I'll stop, okay? First viewer question is, how many cases do they have worldwide? And worldwide, we have about 97,981 cases. And in the United States, we have 194 total cases and 12 deaths. And there's a good amount of cases that have been in the world closed, meaning that the cases have been resolved, meaning that 57,000 people have actually gotten through this and have been their immune system is taken over and they're fine. Okay, so that's really good news. The second question I'll ask is, how do I properly wash my hands and how long do I wash my hands for? I need you to really understand this. Your hands are being washed not because the virus will actually come through your hands. Your hands are being washed because your hands touch your face and touch your nose and touch your eyes. And so if that happens, then you're more apt to get the disease. So I need you to wash your hands for 20 seconds. Just, sing the ABC song. That's how long it takes. I need you to use soap. It doesn't matter if the water is hot or if the water is cold. I need the water to be there, and I need you to use soap because the soap loosens and decreases the surface tension of the virus and other particles, and the water washes it away. And the reason why you don't need hot water is because the water would have to be so hot to actually kill a virus that your hands couldn't stand it, okay? Now, third question. Do I need a mask? Okay, these are the masks that help. This is a mask that is called by 3M. It's an N95 mask. You see N95 written on there. That mask will protect you. This is a Cardinal Health mask, N95, that will protect you, meaning that 95% of particles, 3 microns or smaller, which is very small, will not get through. Okay, so that means that you'll be protected. This mask right here that you get from the doctor's office, garbage, doesn't work. Okay, as a matter of fact, we realize that if you use something like this, even if you use one of the other N95 masks, if you use this one, we have studies to show that if you touch your face a lot more when you actually use one of these masks, so it defeats the purpose. Okay, that's another thing. What about teachers in schools? That's a question that came through several times. It's tough. We want you to make sure that if a person is in any institution, so if any person that's in any institution is watching this, whether you're a principal, whether you're over a church, whether you're over a university, whether you're over you're an employer, you have to make sure that if you have somebody that is sick at your job, they need to go home. Okay, they need to go home. We do not want sick people in the institutions in the United States. We want them at home. Now, will we see cases? We will see thousands of cases of coronavirus. I'm letting you know that now. Thousands of cases. And one of the bigger issues is that people keep asking, is it more serious than influenza? We don't really know that. We know that it has a serious predilection for the lungs. So if you're 60 years old and you have some type of underlying health condition, this is going to be a problem for you that you have to really be careful, okay? But because we just started getting the tests to actually test to see if something is going to be very lethal, you actually have to have a certain amount of people that have it to say how many people actually will die from it, if that makes sense. So when we first had 10 deaths and 100 cases, then that's 10% lethal. But we're going to have 20,000 cases and 20 deaths. That's going to be much less lethal, but it didn't mean that the virus became less lethal. It just means that we have the test now and we can actually test for it. Do we think that it's for? Yes.
Got about 30 seconds left if you can squeeze one more in.
Okay, yeah. So do we know if it's actually more serious than the flu? Yes, we do know that it does. It is more severe than the flu. How more severe, we don't know. Okay. And the last question I will say, when you're working out. I do want you to go to the gym, but you got to remember you're in a place where people are blowing, a lot harder because they're working out. Wipe off all of the bikes, wipe off all of the apparatus that you use before and after, and hit the gym. But we're going to get through this, guys. I promise you. I got you through Ebola. I got you through Zika. We're going to get through this one too.
All right, Doctor. Well, stand by. We'll be having you back very soon, very often. Don't breathe on me, man.
Exactly. Hey, fist bump. Fist bump, everybody.
There you go. All right. Dr. Corey Hebert in New Orleans. Thank you so much.
Thank you.